We'll calculate the formula for time of flight and maximum height gained by the projectile in its motion. First of all, let's see what's value of time of flight. Time of flight is the time taken by the projectile in returning back on the same plane. Theta is the angle of projection here. We'll consider the two components of this velocity. One is u cos theta and the other is u sin theta. We'll consider only in vertical direction. So in vertical direction, we are going to consider the first equation. We'll take the points of the journey from A to P. P is the highest point. Since we are considering only in vertical direction, initial vertical velocity shall be u sin theta. Acceleration, you know, is along vertical direction only. And most important thing is that what is the velocity here? Think in terms of both the components, horizontal and vertical. For horizontal, you know, horizontal velocity is same everywhere. Throughout the motion, it will remain same, it will remain constant. What about vertical velocity? It's affected by gravity and this will go on decreasing with the increase in height. When the height stops increasing means the vertical velocity has finished. What is vertical velocity here? It's 0. So remember, at the highest point there is no vertical velocity, there is horizontal velocity, and that way you can say the minimum velocity in entire motion is at the top, and that is equal to u cos theta. It's a point to be remembered that in projectile motion the minimum velocity is u cos theta. I would ask you, what is the maximum velocity? Obviously it is at the lowest point, that's u. When velocity is maximum, kinetic energy will be maximum. So it will correspond to maximum kinetic energy. Here, since the velocity has gone minimum, it's a minimum kinetic energy. And since both kinetic and potential energy together make mechanical energy, which remains constant throughout. So one energy will increase, the other will decrease. Here we know kinetic energy is minimum. Obviously, the potential energy will be maximum. What about the total mechanical energy? That is the sum of the two. That will remain constant throughout. Well, we are considering from A to P, then these two things you got. We want to have a formula. This is 0 at the highest point. U sin theta minus gt. T becomes u sin theta upon g. This is the time taken from A to P. Same will be taken in return from P to A, because motion under gravity, in gravity, it is the characteristic upward downward journey have equal time. So both the time will be same. Time from P to B. Total time means sum of the two, that becomes 2u sin theta by g. This is formula for time of flight. Similarly, by using third equation, we can have the value of maximum height, that you will find equal to u square sin square theta upon 2g. This is the formula for maximum height. You see, one thing is common, and that's very important. What is that? Have a look at these two equations. What is common there? Common there is u sin theta. And what is u sin theta? That is initial vertical velocity. Initial vertical velocity. What is not there? It's a point to be noted. What is not there in both the equations? U cos theta. That means h and t both are independent of initial horizontal velocity. What does it mean? If I throw, remember, if I throw the ball with the speed 5 meters per second at angle 30, By standing, I am standing and I am throwing the ball with the speed 5 meters per second, 30-degree angle. Or even I am running this way, and while running I am throwing the same ball with the same speed, same angle. In both the cases, h and t will remain unchanged. Why? Because when I started running, it was the horizontal velocity that made the difference. And horizontal velocity has got no role. So remember, these two are independent of initial horizontal velocity. These are related through this equation. By putting the values of them, you can find this derivation as well.